Hello and welcome. I'm Elan Carr, and I am deeply honored to join with you today as we celebrate the extraordinary legacy of Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, creators of, well, not just any superhero, but the first and the greatest of them all, Superman. When I served as U.S. Special Envoy to monitor and combat antisemitism, I was often asked whether we can ever truly win the war against what is often called the world's oldest hatred. The answer I give is this. While we must always defend against anti-Semitism, we will never win a strategic victory only by playing defense. Winning the war requires that we turn the tables on anti-Semitism and proactively combat it through philo-Semitism, namely by driving narratives that inculcate an appreciation of the incredible story of the Jewish people and that create an affection for the values of Judaism that have shaped so many aspects of our society and our world. Philo-Semitism is the ultimate answer to anti-Semitism. That's one of the many reasons I am so excited to help honor Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster and to be part of their most deserved induction into the Jewish American Hall of Fame. Creating one of America's greatest fictional icons, who became synonymous with the fight for, quote, truth, justice, and the American way, would by itself have earned these two Jewish Americans a place in the Hall of Fame. But it's not only that Superman was invented by Jews. No less significant is that Jewish ideas and experiences are reflected in so many aspects of the Superman story. If any mortal in Jewish history can be thought of as a kind of superfigure, it must surely be Moses. As we know, Moses was born in a land far away, under circumstances that would have doomed him to die in infancy. With no other way to save him, his family made the heart-wrenching decision to abandon their child by floating him down the Nile River in a waterproof basket in desperate hope that he would somehow defy the odds and survive. Moses was found by a family that adopted and raised him, and he grew up to become God's great prophet. Krypton instead of Egypt, a small capsule instead of a woven basket, outer space instead of the Nile, the Kents instead of Ramses. But both children, the real one and the fictional, grew up to be extraordinary adults whose fight for, yes, truth and justice changed the world, and in whose presence were revealed breathtaking powers and miracles and wonders the likes of which humanity had never imagined. Even the birth name that Superman's creators gave him, Kal-El, is in the biblical format of the names of God's archangels, Raphael, Michael, Gavriel, winged messengers of the Almighty, in whom God invested awesome powers. Is it any wonder that the Nazi propaganda machine of Joseph Goebbels denounced Superman as a Jewish plot? But it's not only the biblical Jewish story that is reflected in Superman's life. Also woven into his character are modern themes touching on the Jewish diaspora, themes of which Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were personally and intimately familiar. Superman's prodigious powers, and even his very identity, are somehow concealed without any mask. Superman is able to hide in plain sight in the form of, quote, mild-mannered Clark Kent. Mild-mannered is a nice way of calling him, to use a Yiddish word, nebbish. He appears weak, ineffectual, hapless. In short, the very opposite of a superhero. And he is often bullied and derided for those very traits. Clark's disguise is not of his face, but of his character and of his abilities. And in Siegel and Shuster's world, that is enough to make him completely unrecognizable. Mark Twain famously wrote of the strength of the Jewish people in the face of apparent powerlessness. Quote, "It will not be well to let the Jewish race find out its strength," he wrote. "If horses knew theirs, we should not ride anymore." Twain wrote those words in 1898. But in the time of Superman's creation, 1938, 3 years after the Nuremberg laws In a few months before Kristallnacht, Jews seemed as powerless as ever. And the august impact of the Jews on virtually every aspect of civilization seemed like the powers of Superman to hide in plain sight. Was it by design that these Jewish themes found such expression in the story of Superman? Or did the personal experiences of Jerry Siegel, whose parents fled anti-Semitism in Lithuania, and Joe Shuster, whose parents left Ukraine and other parts of Europe, unconsciously inform their creation? Either way, their brilliant work has bequeathed to us happy beneficiaries an enduring and inspiring gift. A uniquely American icon at a time when the American way is under attack. A champion for truth and justice in a world where truth and justice is so often subverted. And a philo-Semitic embrace of the Jewish people and the Jewish story. Jerry and Joe, thank you, and Mazal Tov on today's well-earned recognition.